Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tales from the Elfman. And today we're going to be talking about My Dumb Family. Oh, yeah! Today, in particular, we're going to be focusing on my older brother. And, well, since we're going to be talking about a particular individual, we need to give him a name. And henceforth, we shall be referring to him as the Moose, brother of the Elfman, a very notable title. And today, in particular, we're going to be talking about the origin of that name. Many years ago, back in the good old days, my dear brother had begun work at a local bar. The specific bar, the Metro South Charlotte kind of area, is the one that I would also later work at, so expect a lot of stories and such on that in the future, so don't be surprised. It's a great setup for moving forward. Anywho, despite living in a pretty nice and financially solid area, the bar we worked at was, let's just say, unique. I personally continue to refer to it as the local watering hole. Why, you may ask? Well, simple. It was the place where all the adults, moms, dads, and everything in between would come after a long day of work and dealing with children to find some relief and company. You had craft views from near and far, live music, and, well, a patio, when it's summer and a bajillion degrees down here in the south, but if you wanted it. However, our clientele was not the most proper and formal of people. We collected a client base of pool dads, crazy moms, and your typical drunks, as well as a couple other fun TV sitcom-like characters. And like any other classic TV sitcom, there was always the enemy. In that case, there was this rich jerk nozzle from the area who would come in expecting fine dining among the elitist folks and not, well, what we were exactly. I'm not trying to trash on the watering hole necessarily, but I'm just being honest about what we were. And what we were was what we were, a really nice, kind of hole-in-the-wall independent restaurant. We had nice standards, but we were never a fine venue for date night or anything like that. We would always have people coming in expecting us such, and just kind of confused us. And now that you guys kind of got a little bit of context on the restaurant and such, our story can properly begin. Enter young Moose. Young, naive, yet full of adolescent boldness and stupidity. He had just turned about 16 at this point, and on one particular evening he had stayed late, probably his first of one of these kind of nights when he was staying late to help the bartender close, / was staying late because our dad was procrastinating to pick him up, because my older brother couldn't drive yet. He was only 16, hadn't quite gotten his license. Now, Papa Moose, the father of the Moose Man and the Elk Man, is not the most elegant man. He fit quite in with the local watering hole. He had reached a point in his life in a level of social comfort where he could just roll up to the watering hole in nothing more than a t-shirt, gym shorts, and Adidas slides, walk straight to the bar and order himself a fine glass of Miller Lite. Or the can. I don't know. We weren't fancy enough for glasses. Anywho, this was typical fatherly behavior, nothing out of the normal. And of course, this one night he came in, same as he does, t-shirt, gyms, Adidas slides, asked for a Miller Lite as my brother was sweeping, I think something along those lines, or mopping. General cleaning stuff. Nothing out of the norm. The only factor here was on this particular evening, there was a woman who had stayed late as well. She sat at the bar, directly in front of the bartender, trying to flirt with him all night, but to no avail. Also, just on a quick side note, this will also be mentioned in later stories, but I should mention this happens a lot at the watering hole. This manager in particular, I need to think of a name. Let's call him Manager Number 2. Anywho, Manager Number 2 is honestly kind of a hot dad. He was well into his 30s, now in his 40s, but worked out a lot and had a solid, really charming attitude that you just don't see in a lot of dudes. He would always have regulars and newcomers sitting on him all the time. Despite being happily married with the kids, they were actually my neighbors just a few houses down the street. Super good family people. He would always get fat tips with numbers that he would happily take and promptly throw away the notes. It's not super important, it's just fun context on the hot dad manager at the bar, which we'll definitely be talking about in the future. Anywho, this failed flirty lady, clearly frustrated with her lack of success with Manager Number 2, was in a bad mood. This lady, from my understanding, y'all have to remember I wasn't there necessarily, this is all secondhand account about my dumb family, but hey, it's still a great story, was basically some 50-year-old trying to be a Barbie doll. Promiscuous dress with pounds of makeup on, but still just a sleazy old lady. We get tons of these. And of course, she'd be expecting some highly specific, crazy standards. And, just kind of being all fine, getting wine, thinking she all nice, all this fine stuff. Clearly thinking she's some prize almost to get with. And she sees my father come in to pick up my brother, and loudly scoffs. "Oh, you really come in here dressed like that?" My father replies as my father does. Yes. And then doesn't say anything afterwards, he just continues drinking his beer. From this point, she proceeds to basically just insult my father, who doesn't give a crap, mind you, but she's still being very rude. Manager number 2 knows this and lets it be as he is about to leave as well, and knows Papa Moose can take it. He doesn't care. He's like a honeybat. He just doesn't give a crap. However, the young Moose man was standing right by, cleaning glasses. He had heard the insults after insults until he couldn't take it anymore. No, he didn't lash out or yell or throw anything, but simply he gets her attention and calmly asks this. Hi, excuse me, quick question. Could you please tell me what was it like to peak in high school? The restaurant goes dead silence. Not because of what my brother said, mainly because Manager 2 had cut out the music and everyone was doing their chores and anyone else who was there as patron left. But however, it got very loud quickly. After that, as the lady begins screaming at my brother, a lot of, how dare yous and you little until she storms out angrily, without paying, of course, because, this is typical of this type of woman. The silence falls over the bar again. My father continues to drink his beer, not caring, like a boss. Manager number 2 slowly looks over at the Moose, and politely says, Moose, you lost me a customer and an easy tip. But she also kind of sucks, so thank you for saving us from her company ever again. Good job. Then he gave him a solid look of approval. Manager number 2 was a man of few words, never really showed affection, a lot of good looks, high fives, stuff like that, but never more. The woman never returned, not even by the time I began working there about a year and a half, 2 years later, but my brother had earned his status as the Moose Man of the watering hole, like a boss. No, this isn't the actual, origin of the name. The name itself came from one of the cooks. His name is Dwayne. He's called the Moose Man because, like a moose, he's tall, he's hairy, and you never want to see him during mating season. But besides that, he had finally earned the title, like a boss. And that's the purpose of this story. Now, you may question his actions being as a total idiot or a brave hero. But either way, it doesn't matter, because he is now, truly, the Moose Man. And that, my friends, is the epic fable of the Moose Man, the origin of stories. The moral of the story being, don't be a jerk butt at restaurants. Know what you're walking into, and know your audience of the venue. Stuff happens. Not every place is going to be this 5-star palace. Some places are just the local watering hole. People just drinking beers, trying to have a good time. Families come in, their kids work there. People working there have families and just don't have super high expectations because they want to go to a place that's comforting and warm and nice. Don't be hostile. Don't be a mean jerk butt like that lady, or any kind of jerk butt variety. You just gotta be ready to battle with the force of nature, and usually it's relaxed. Drunks, friends and family just relaxing together, having a good time. But you should also expect a rallying force of drunk regulars and crazy families defending their only sense of joy and comfort anymore if it is threatened, because that's far more important than your needs. Anywho, thanks for listening on this tale of my dumb family. It's a short one, but expect more because the dumbness never stops, of course, until I'm dead. Or my family abandons me. Or they all die. Anyway, there's probably a lot more to go into. Anyway, that's it for today. Subscribe for more tales from the Elkman and have a solid day, my dudes.